Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Hope everybody's up and at it on this Thursday and ready to get after it. It's going to be an interesting day in the market. We have CPI data coming out today, so it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. It's going to be interesting to see how the CPI data itself um, affects the markets today. It's kind of too early to tell. CPI data comes out at 8:30, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time today. So it's going to be kind of interesting just to see how this whole market plays itself out, what it does, um, how uh, how this affects both the stock market and crypto market in general. Just house cleaning stuff, as you guys can see in this corner, I believe right here, I have the MetaMonkey AI logo up. So this is their stream today. So we will we'll go through some of that here in a second. But just to bring your attention to that logo right there in the corner, that's the MetaMonkey AI logo, and this morning stream is theirs today. So this morning market, it's kind of early. We come at you guys. I come at you guys kind of early, so it's hard to really predict these things when we're waiting on 8:30, and we'll be off of here by 8:30. But we can kind of make some predictions based on what we're seeing, but understand that these aren't exactly accurate predictions until the actual CPI data comes out at 8:30. But we can get a good feeling on where the market is headed this early. So a lot of things have been priced in already. So that's kind of why we can get a good feeling. Man, I just am not feeling well today. Again, but we'll get after it anyways. So we'll tell you guys with you guys today this morning until about 7:30, 7:30, quarter to 8, and then I do have to get myself ready. I have some traveling to do today, so I have to get myself ready. But pre-markets, they're just kind of up and down. As we talk, you'll see the Dow and the Nasdaq and the S&P. They'll flip between green and red right now because the pre-markets right now are trying to figure out what this inflation data is going to tell them at 8:30. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Article here, there people are expecting the inflation to come down, but is it enough? That's the question. That's the question of the morning. Is it going to be enough to beat projections? And when I say beat projections, obviously that means inflation is lower than what we expected it to be from a federal government standpoint. So is that the case? We're going to find out at 8:30. But I've told you guys all week. I'll continue to tell you guys. I'm basically sitting on the sidelines until 8:30 to see what is going to happen with all of these markets. I'm really not doing anything. I really haven't done anything all week except for sit on the market. See, you just flip from green to red. This is going to happen all morning, guys. It's going to happen all the way up to probably markets open at 9:30. So we just deal with the morning as it comes. See, we're just flipping, but this is the key. This is the key to the morning, guys. Right here is we know that the inflation data is probably going to come down, but is it going to come down enough to beat projections? So we'll just keep plugging along in the market today and see what happens. The fear and greed index right now sitting at 30. It's up 4 points from yesterday, which is good for a cryptocurrency market. I mean, we're still in fear, but we've been playing between this 25 and 30 range for months now. I would like to see us bust out of this fear range, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen this week, just based on the market conditions. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now we're still sitting in fear, but we're right at that high level where we've been at it for a couple months and at 30. So that's actually a very positive sign. The market cap right now in crypto looks like 8 billion 84. Excuse me, 8 billion 84. We came up from yesterday, so there is money flowing into the market. Um, we've talked a lot about this market cap. We've talked a lot about getting this thing to $1 trillion before we can actually really talk about, um, any really positive, like any really, really good upward movement. We're creeping there. We're creeping there to $1 trillion, but we're still hovering around this high $8 billion range. A couple weeks ago, we were trading sideways at about 8 billion 12, 8 billion 15. So a lot of money has come into the market over that time, which is a positive sign, which is why you see the fear and greed index move up a little bit, just because there's money flowing into the market, trickling into the market. I shouldn't say flowing into the market. The faucet is trickling in. So, and that's a good thing for the market cap in general, because nothing can run at a really high rate until that market cap is way up. So, the higher that market cap is, the more your Bitcoins and your Ethereums and your BNBs will run, which means the more your altcoins will run, which means the more your lower market cap coins will run. It's a trickle down effect. So if this dips, you can expect that trickle down effect in the other way. So see what happened here on the overnight. Looks like the overseas market was pretty bullish on crypto last night. It 24 hour, it really held up. AVAX is up 22%. We will get into some AVAX news and why it's up 22% here in a couple minutes. They pulled off a good partnership. So it only makes sense that they run. FTT token, again, people are just playing around with this thing. They're degenerating the hell out of it. They're shorting it. They're longing it. They're degenerating the hell out of it. But be careful with that one. Just be careful. You have Flare sitting down here. This was a new launch, and it did pretty well, but it is starting to pull back from launch price, as all cryptos do. They have that initial pump, and then that initial pullback. It's down 3.9%. Might as well say 4% over the 24 hour. So pretty successful launch, and not doing too bad overall from a market standpoint. So project probably to look into if you're looking to start a new position on a new project. Bitcoin it's staying above that 18,000, 18,200 right now, 18,200 even right now. It held up well yesterday. It held up really well on the overnight. Ethereum could not sustain that 1,400 overnight, but we're only $2 off from that, so call it what you want. That's splitting hairs, but like to see this above that 1,400 mark and sustain itself there. But it's pretty rough sledding right now in the market this early. So but it's sitting in the high 1,300s, so not too bad. It held up well. BNB sitting at 283. Again, did well overnight. We'll get back to the bubbles in the hourly here in a minute. Seems to just be leveling itself off over the last hour. XXI Gaming, how are you? Good morning, man. We might need a big pump today, maybe. It depends on how this CPI data comes in at 8:30. XXI Gaming, if this CPI data comes in positive at 8:30 today, I fully expect the markets to run, and I expect them to run pretty well. So we're going to know at 8:30. But we talked about this all week. I've been sitting on the sidelines until today. Um, and I'll make some decisions around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Is what I'm going to do. I want to see the CPI data. Does that mean that maybe I missed the bottom of some of these? Yeah. But I'm risk off right now. So good morning. Just hustling, staying locked in. Me too, man. I'm just hustling away, brother. I'm not feeling the best, past couple days, but hustling, man. Hustling. I got some traveling I got to do today. So just telling everybody I'm gonna be on here until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. 7:30, quarter to 8, and then I got to get ready. I got some traveling I got to take care of today. So got to get myself ready, get up out of here. But Polygon's hanging in there well too, about 88 cents. This thing was up at 91 cents yesterday. So Polygon's doing really well. I said before, I think Polygon itself was the token of 2022 when it came to the top 20. I think it outperformed the market the whole year. What they're doing over there and what they're building and the partnerships they have going on over there, I think that they're the big winners of 2022 when it comes to the top 20 tokens. Polygon, in my opinion, is by far the biggest winner. Solana hanging in there at 16,000. I mean $16, $16.07. We'll see. I have some news about Solana. I'm gonna go over here in a minute. These guys, I'm still not touching Solana at this point. SHIB broke back into the nines last night and this morning, sitting at I think that's 50, 60, 91, 918. Broke back into the nines. So they're having themselves a nice little nice mini run. Nothing too big. It's just a mini upward movement. They were sitting in the sevens, leveled off in the eights, consolidated in the eights, and now they're back up into the nines. I'd like to see them get this zero back that they lost, but we'll see. I think a lot of that has to do with Shibarium and what's going on with Shibarium. Although Bone is going to be the real winner when Shibarium comes out. So again, we'll talk about Avalanche here in a minute, but they're having themselves a nice little run, and we'll talk about why. But not too bad. The market in general looks decent. Looks like it's holding up well overnight. Let's go ahead and get to the hourly and see how we're doing currently. A little bit of a change. You see the change on the hourly a little bit. Not too bad, but you see more red coming in, which matches up with your pre-markets over here. They keep flipping red and green, because everybody that's trading is trying to figure out where this inflation data is going to go this morning. So you're going to see a lot of this. But if this inflation data comes in better than what's expected, it doesn't even need to be great. It just needs to be just a little bit better than what's expected. And then I think you will see this market take off. The market's ready to take off. They just need some positive movement from the federal government. They need some positive sentiment from the federal government, and the market in general will take off. The federal government is suppressing the market, which is very different than any other type of recession that we've been in a long time, because this will be a government-induced recession. So it's different. So it's hard to call it because it's not like anything that we've seen in a long time. So it's hard to figure this out, because literally the feds can make or break the day. So Stellar holding up right around 7 cents, high 7.79, Almost got to 8 cents. It was at 8 cents yesterday. Pulled back a little bit, but not bad. Everything's holding up. Quant's still sitting at 122. Quant's been sitting at 122 for a minute. So it looks like it's consolidating right there between that 120, 122 mark, which is usually where Quant kind of consolidates itself before it either makes an upward move or a downward move. And Quant's one of these things. It always bounces back up to that 120 range, no matter how far it comes down. So good play. Quant will be here for a while. Quant's a strong player in this industry, so if you're DCAing into Quant, usually you'll be all right. So, but yeah, over the hour, it seems like everything's doing okay. Even Flare, brand new launch, and we know new launches in this market have not been that successful, but Flare seems to be holding up well. And I'll be completely honest, I don't own any Flare yet. I do plan on getting some. I do have a price point I want to get into, but we'll see. If we see bad numbers, what's your projection on? Well, I think that's supposed to say on the market, like that price will fall. If we see a bad number, if we see a bad inflation number, you're going to see the market. You're going to see the market in complete red. It's going to leak out. It's going to leak out. It's going to leak out pretty quick. It's not going to trade sideways. If one or two things are going to happen at 8:30 today. At 8:30 today, you're going to see all green with big moves up, or you're going to see all red with big moves down. There's going to be no middle ground, because just remember, as much as people don't want to admit it, the cryptocurrency market follows the stock market. And tomorrow, most of the banks are reporting their earnings. So the projection on their earnings is that they'll do well, right? The banks will do well tomorrow, is what everybody's predicting. So here's my thought, XXI Gaming. If we can get positive inflation numbers today, and the market does well, it'll take off. And then if we get positive banking earnings tomorrow, it'll take off again, because that's just showing a lot of strength in the market right now. So I think both of them will take off. We could literally have a 2-day rally. If it goes the other way and the inflation data comes in worse than what's expected, and when I say worse than what's expected, even if you miss it just by a couple, like a 0.000%, you'll see the markets dip back. You'll see them probably give back all the gains that they've made over the past couple days. I think we're up 4 days in a row. We've had positive gains. So we'll probably, this is the S&P, which will drive the crypto market really. We'll probably be back down in this area over here, where it was a couple days ago. We'll probably give all this back. We'll probably give back all your gains over the past 4 days. So that's kind of where I see it going. So at 8:30, we're either going to be all happy or we're all going to be sad, one or the other. But I'm not sad, because at 8:30, if the market dips, then that just means you're a buyer, right? You have to look at it differently. And you can't dictate what's going to happen in the market, but you have to know whether you're a buyer or you're a seller on that particular day. And that's kind of how I look at it. At 8:30, if this thing balloons up into green because we get positive data, you become a seller that day. If it dips down into red, and it starts to leak out, you become a seller. Um, it's it, that's trading. That is what it is. Um, so we'll see. I think it's going to be good though. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling that I think the CPI data is going to be positive for us. I think it's going to be good. I think you're going to see inflation coming down. Um, and I think we're going to have a good day. Facts more buying. Where the hell is my, there it is. Facts more buying opportunities. I hope it's buying opportunities all 2023, because I think that's my game plan, XXI gaming, for the whole year. I think that we're going to have buying opportunities all the way through 2023, and I think 2024 will be that big run. I think, like, right now the market's up, the market's doing really well, but this is just a little pump in the market. Um, so this shouldn't deter anybody from buying. It's a little pump. You're going to see this pull back at some point, and that's your buying opportunity. And then it'll pump again. And it'll probably go a little bit higher than it is right now. And then it'll pull back again, and that's your other buying opportunity. And then it'll keep doing the same thing over and over again. But each pump will get a little bit higher. And if that happens, that's when you're coming out of this bear market and coming into somewhat of a bull market, not necessarily a bull market, but somewhat of a bull market. Um, and when your pumps get a little bit higher than they were the time before, and when you're paying attention to this market cap up here, and you see how much money is flowing in and out of the market, right? So as this market cap rises, will let you know whether or not this is a market where you should be a seller or a market where you should be a buyer. And right now, there was a lot of money coming into the market over the past week, probably about oh probably I don't I'm going to take a stab at this from last week because I can't really remember the numbers, but I want to say on the low end about $30 billion came into the market over the last week, right? So that means people are buying, people are putting money back into the market, which is reflected in these prices, right? So when you start seeing this market cap right here, if it starts to go down, people are getting out of the market, and it's probably time for you to look at consolidating some of your positions. And that's how I look at it. This market cap right here means more to me than any one of these single prices on any one of these single altcoins, because this lets me know what the market in general is doing. And if you can predict what the market in general is doing, then you can make better decisions on where you're putting your money. Because if that market cap starts to decline by a lot and it starts to really go down, the last place you want to be putting your money is in low market cap coins, right? Um, Unless you have coins that you really believe in that you're DCAing into, but new launches, pump and dumps, that just means that there's not enough money to sustain them. But something like the people that are on in my corner, MetaMonkey AI, that's a long-term play, so you can DCA into that as the market cap goes down. But brand new launch on shitcoin Inu is probably not something you want to put your money in when the market cap is low. So it's kind of where we're at there. Want to here's something I have to research a little bit more today, but I think it's a good story just to kind of bring out a little bit. El Salvador officially passes a law establishing legal framework for all cryptocurrencies. So remember, El Salvador was one of the first ones to really adopt Bitcoin, and now they're passing a law where they're going to adopt all cryptocurrency and make it official in El Salvador. So this is a very short article. It doesn't give a lot of details, just saying that they passed a law and basically that they're going to be crypto friendly and they're welcoming crypto into El Salvador. But it's something that I want to do a little bit more research on and figure out what that law actually says and how they're actually doing it and what they're doing it. And, but this is a good mass adoption, right? This is good mass adoption for cryptocurrency. This is kind of what I was talking about with the Solana news earlier. U.S. Department of Justice to investigate Saber Labs, which is the stablecoin, one of the stablecoins on the Solana network. It looks like the brothers here were manipulating the price of Saber. It looks like they were trading it amongst themselves. This is just what they're being accused of. So we'll see what happens when the investigation's over. But they were trading it amongst themselves, and they were creating identities to boot and trading it on some of these identities that were them that they were saying was not them to boost the price of Saber. So the Department of Justice is now investigating the founders of Saber, who are these two brothers right here. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out because, again, Solana is not in the best situation as a blockchain right now because they're so caught up in FTX and the FTX fiasco and whether or not FTX was manipulating Solana in order to manipulate the price of a lot of cryptocurrencies. Were they the cause of the shutdowns? None of these questions have really been answered yet. And then to turn around and now have the Department of Justice investigating Saber Labs for some fraudulent price manipulation of Saber, the Saber coin is not good, and it makes me wonder, and should make you guys wonder whether or not the people that are participating in the FTX investigation as a whole, i.e., Caroline and Wang, did they assist in this investigation as well? So it's one of these things where Solana right now does not need this negative publicity for their price action and price movement. They look like they were just starting to come back around, and then boom, this happens, right? So let's pay attention to that because that could, if you're invested in Solana, you should be paying attention to this because this could affect your price action. Amazon and AVAX have a partnership. Amazon Cloud, and I want to keep saying Amazon Cloud because that's who it is. Have partnered up, and they have picked AVAX Avalanche to be their blockchain of choice to scale. So this is big news for Avalanche, which is why you see this big, huge price movement over here for Avalanche. They were up at the top. They're in here somewhere, but they were up 30-something% on the overnight. This is why you see that big pump, that big increase with Avalanche because of this partnership with Amazon. So these guys have really made a great partnership with Amazon Cloud, and they have really set themselves up. Amazon Cloud is a huge service. Everybody uses AWS, and to now have Avalanche ingrained into that cloud service is a great partnership for this blockchain and the future developments of this. So it really does set Avalanche up to maybe be here for the long term. I think H bar will reach $10 in next bull run. H bar has the ability to really take off with the hash graph and where they're headed. The H bar is a solid play. Um, I'll have to check out Avalanche. I've been I've been working on that project. Yeah, Avalanche. Avalanche is one of these ones that have just been kind of hanging around and hanging around. Um, it really took off with Time Wonderland, and then after Time Wonderland rugged everybody, kind of got a bad name for itself. But it's one of these ones that have just been kind of hanging around the top 20, um, trading sideways for a long time, just kind of building out. I don't own any Avalanche, and I damn sure not. I'm not going to get in when it's up 33%. But um, it's one that if it pulls back and retraces, it's something to look at. Just because, again, Matic and their partnerships are huge, and they're driving innovation and they're driving prices. And if Avalanche can get in and start doing the same thing, which it looks like it is, you can see a lot of positive price movement on Avalanche. So Avalanche is doing well right now. Um, and this partnership is huge. But XXI Gaming, I agree with you. I think H bar has a bright future. Will it make $10 on the next bull run? I'm not sure, but it damn sure has the opportunity to. So Gary Gensler here, the head of the SEC, again is calling cryptocurrency the wild wild west, and most tokens will fall. So what he's saying here is there's no regulation. It's the wild wild west. Most tokens won't survive because there's no regulation, and everybody, it's just a wild wild west. You know, when we it kind of is the wild wild west. I ain't gonna lie. DeFi is the wild wild west. It's one of these things where you just you're throwing some money out there and you're hoping that the projects that you're in will be around for a long time. But some of them aren't. I don't agree with Gary Gensler coming out making these statements. I think that the SEC should be trying to help cryptocurrency grow and have mass adoption with reasonable regulations rather than just coming out here throwing daggers at cryptocurrency. Crypto's not going anywhere. Blockchain technology is not going anywhere. So instead of throwing these daggers, why don't we just why not try to work together and figure out what the best course of action is moving forward? But he just continues to throw these daggers at cryptocurrency. And at the end of the day, this is going to make him look pretty stupid, in my opinion, in the long run, because, crypto's here. Blockchain technology's here. It's not going anywhere. It's not going backwards. It's actually going forwards. So work together and make it productive and make it the best that it could be, and then make the investor safe as well. But at the same time, I will say this to you: cryptocurrency is not helping itself out from these statements with the rug pulls, with all the negative publicity with FTX and BlockFi and now Genesis and DCG. All these things that are going on around cryptocurrency is not helping the argument. It's not helping the argument with Gary. But at the end of the day, Gary's best course of action, I believe, is to work with cryptocurrency, not against cryptocurrency. But he doesn't seem to think that. He just comes out and just continues to blast cryptocurrency in general. and it's because he can't control it, and he can't control it, so he's going to try to bring it down, and ultimately he will fail. That's just my take on what he's saying. He continues to say that it's the wild, wild west. He continues to say that, you know, a lot of these tokens aren't going to make it. I don't disagree with that statement. I don't think a lot of the tokens that are here now will be here later. But, I think that cryptocurrency is here to stay. Blockchain development is here to stay. Um, and I think that the United States would be better served by trying to figure out how they can work together rather than trying to figure out how they're going to work apart. I want to go back to here. The U.S. banks, this is what we were talking about earlier. They're projected lower than projection financials tomorrow. When they start to release their financials, they're projecting lower than projected financials. So Friday will be another interesting day. And just as a side note here, the Miami Heat has taken FTX off of their building, and finally have severed ties with that partnership with FTX. I don't know what the hell took them so long, but that's what if they finally did it. Big Watch, good morning. What's good? What's good? So, MetaMonkey AI is in the corner. So we might as well go ahead and review some of this and look at the chart and talk about this for a little bit. I told you guys I got to get out of here in about 5 to 10 minutes because I got to travel today. So, big watch. But let's go ahead and let's look at some of this. MetaMonkey AI right now is sitting at 303480. We are close to launch price, which is absolutely phenomenal. In this market, it's that 3.5 is the launch price. 30335. We're above pre-sale price, which is 3031. So MetaMonkey AI is actually holding up really, really well in this market. They are this chart looks really healthy. This is on the daily chart right here. So I like to look at a daily chart. I think unless you're trading it at that given moment, your 15-minute charts don't really do you much good. Daniel, did you see that that dip in Mortal Man? I wish I could. I caught it. I did see the dip and I didn't catch it either. I didn't catch it either. So maybe it was a glitch. I don't know, but I seen it. I seen it too. I missed it. It was a flash. It was quick. But we are closer to launch price than we've been in a while. So like I said, MetaMonkey AI continues to make a steady move up, and this is what you want to see from a chart. It's this steady growth. It's this steady upward mobility. Yes, you get some help from Ethereum, and yes, you get some help from the market in general, which is a lot of what you see here in this upward push right here. But you look at where this consolidated, what is that? 303173. It really consolidated around this level and traded in this pocket right here for a while. This is all holders maintaining this floor right here. But this chart looks really, really healthy. This is really what you want to see. they have very clear consolidation lines and very clear buy points on this chart with your consolidation. It's just a steady, healthy growth, and that's what you want to see in a project. Wow, I missed that. I missed that too. Um, lost, lost. Checked it. It was, yeah. It looks like we all missed that big watch. I missed it. I'm still kicking myself. Um, when it dipped, um, I did not. Yeah, I I bought. You know, I've been buying dips. But yeah, we both missed that dip. We all missed that dip. But you know, MetaMonkey AI is hanging in there, guys. The metaverse is coming. It's coming along. It's coming along really well. The wallet's coming. Um, oh boy, laughing out loud on my big watch. 19 soon. Yeah. Big watch got into Flare. I've been watching Flare Big Watch. I do have an entry point. I do know where I'm going to buy it. I have an entry point, and it's down a little bit today. I just wanted to dip a little bit more. I want to see what happens at 8:30 today. Um, but MetaMonkey AI is it's moving well. The metaverse is coming along. The wallet's coming along. Blockchain development is getting ready to roll out this summer. There's a lot of things going on inside the project itself that's going to move this project forward in a positive direction. There's a lot of things that will, the MetaMonkey AI always releases positive catalyst, as they move along, and they always release things for the community to test beta wise. And I think that's a positive thing. Big Watch. I am trying to. There you go. I promised you, Big Watch, that I'd add you as a moderator, and I think I just did. So you can check and see. I can't tell whether you got a wrench by your name or not, but you can tell. Are you expecting the report? I'm expecting a decent report today, Big Watch. At 8:30. I just want the inflation data to be just a little bit lower than what's projected, and I think this market will take off. I'm expecting a decent report. I'm expecting inflation to come down. It looks like the closer and closer we get to the report, the markets are expecting it to come down as well. So I see it. You got it. All right. Thanks. Thank you. You guys see it? All right. Good. We did it right. But I think that the markets are starting to, as we get closer and closer to 8:30, I think the markets are, from the pre-markets, they're starting to maybe predict a positive inflation data report as well. And I don't think that we need to knock it out of the park in order for the markets to run. I just think that you need to beat it by a little bit, and that's it. I think if we just beat it by a little bit, you're going to see this market take off. You're going to see it take off. But boy, there's a whole hell of a lot of red up there now. But I think it's, I think my prediction is I think we're going to get some positive data today. I think December's inflation data will be good. I think it'll at least be going on the right track, right? And that's the only thing the markets want to see is the data going on the right track. Because remember, we talk about this, the market's forward looking, right? The market doesn't look backwards. The crypto market or the stock market doesn't look backwards. It looks forwards. So if the data comes out positive, then the market will look forward to the January CPI data report, and they'll assume that that's going to be positive as well. So, but I think we're going to be okay today. But that's just my assumption. We're going to find out in about 45 minutes. But this market cap for crypto seems to be hanging in there right around that 8,884. So everything seems to be lining up for a decent day if the data comes in positively. I think we'll see. We have the ability to possibly see another little run, but we'll see. The data's got to come in. We got to see it, and it has to come in positively. The good part about it is Gary Gensler is not going to talk today, and that's usually a positive because every time he talks, the markets crash. So if he just doesn't talk, then the markets should sustain themselves. But every time he talks, the market crashes. So the less he talks, the better off we're going to be. But MetaMonkey AI, look, guys, look for this 3.5 level right here. This 3035, that's launch price. That's going to be a level when we get there that we're probably going to trade sideways there for a little while. That's when a lot of people that have DCA'd their way in, they're going to be looking at their wallets, and you're going to see a lot of people that short-term holders, they may exit at that point. So that 3.5 level is going to be a key level for us, for MetaMonkey AI to hold. And if we can get to that 3035 level and just trade sideways for a little while, I think you'll see this chart move up in a very positive direction. But of course, that's also given the market conditions as well. So the 3.1 level, the 3031 level was a big level for us to hold too, because that was pre-sale price. So you think about it, if you got in on pre-sale, you look at 3.1, you consider yourself even, right? And it's the same as 3.5. If you get to 3.5, and you bought a little bit when it was lower, you're probably even on your bag. So that's gonna be a key. It's gonna be a key touch point for us, is this 3.5 level. So pay attention to this level. It's gonna be a key level for us, for MetaMonkey AI in general, to hold that level. And if we can just hold that 3.5 level and just trade sideways, I don't even care if it goes up at that point. Trade sideways for a little while, consolidate, build a nice consolidation at that 3.5 level. I think you'll see the movement up after that. So I think just watch that level, watch that 3.5 level. Are you and Wadi doing a Twitter space today? We are doing a Twitter space today, and maybe a little bit later, Big Watch, because I believe that Space Chick's going to have a MetaMonkey AI stream going on. I think it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we may run a little bit late, but the plan is for us to have a Twitter space between 7 and 7:30. I think we'll see some huge buys, into. I think we're going to see some huge buys into MMAI too. I think with some catalysts that MetaMonkey AI has already talked about, with the Pure Wallet, with the metaverse, that people are going to start really taking a harder look at what's going on in this project. The people are going to start really looking at it in a different light because they're actually delivering on what they're saying, and they're delivering in short order on what they're saying. Excuse me. So I think people are starting to take a little harder look at what's going on over here at MetaMonkey AI, because they're doing things that not a lot of other people are doing. They're actually delivering a product, and they're not promising things, they're just delivering things. I think people are starting to take notice, and that's all you need. You just need a little bit of positive momentum, and the FOMO will come. There is a piece of this that's FOMO in any investment, and FOMO is a real thing. And once you start getting some positive momentum, FOMO will come. And when you look at this, just even the buys and sells here, um, the buys are bigger than the sells. When you start to add them up over a 24-hour period. They're doing well. MetaMonkey AI is doing well. So if you're invested, I think both of you guys are. I think you guys are invested. If you're invested, your investment's pretty solid with MetaMonkey AI. So this is positive. It's a great looking chart, guys. This chart is what you want to see out of a project. Do you like the big huge dip down that you experienced over here all the way down to the ones? Probably not, but the market conditions that were going on at that time, you have to expect that, right? You have to expect that amount of dip given the market conditions at the time. And I'll tell you what, at this level right here, when it was at its lowest, people were eating that up, which lets you know how the FOMO that was going on at this low level, because we didn't stay down here in the 1.9 range for maybe a couple hours, and we were back up in the 2 range, the 302. It was a very short period of time, and it's been a steady rise up, very slow, very steady, very methodical rise up ever since. And this is what you want to see, because here's the thing, and we can talk about cryptocurrency in general. When you get these green candles and they're going all the way up, you're going to get these red candles coming down. When you rise that fast, you will fall that fast as well. I don't care what cryptocurrency you are. I don't care what project you are. I don't care how big your community is. I don't care about any of that. I don't even care about how big the market cap is. When you have a big run up, like you do at a launch, you are going to have a big run down. It doesn't matter who you are. I haven't seen that MMA holder count move a lot. No, you really haven't. The holder count has really maintained itself, which is a good thing, because that means that the people that are buying in are actually adding to their bags, right? And the big piece of this is when you get to payments, remittance, and the actual utilization of the pure wallet and the utilization of the token. The holder count's going to matter, but it's not going to be significant. Really, it's going to be about how many transactions you can do, and how much revenue can you bring in, and how many times is your token bought, sold, and traded. That's what's going to drive price. Big watch, we've talked about this all the time on here. Volume drives price. So, if I have 1,000 holders, but the volume on my token is, 10 grand, it's better than having 10,000 holders and the volume being $1,000. You're going to see positive price action off of your volume, as long as your volume is going in a positive direction. Your price will be better dictated by your volume than it will be by your holder count. Some of these other projects, SHIB included, they have huge holder counts, but their price isn't moving because they don't have any utility to move the price. So that's I mean the price that their price moves with the market because there's no utility to move it. So this holder account really play that big of a role when you start rolling out utility? Mm, I guess that's up for that can be a conversation, right? I come from the other direction. I think use case is more important than holder count for price movement. So, but with that, guys, I do got to go get ready. I have to travel today. Big Watch, thank you for joining me this morning. Makes sense. Thanks, Big Watch. I'm glad you got what I was saying because I try to explain that to a lot of people and a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't see it, but it's math. It's all math, right? Everything that we talk about is math. It's not a secret. It's all math. It's volume, positive volume equals positive price, negative volume equals negative price. It's all math, and not a lot of people understand it. But when you really look at cryptocurrency in general, or any stock for that matter, it really is just math. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Big Watch. But I want to let you guys go. I gotta go get ready. I gotta travel. I gotta do what I gotta do. I got a couple. I gotta actually be in another state here and then fly back to my state, all within hopefully 8 hours. So I gotta go to a board meeting out there and then fly back. So hopefully within a little bit. So all right, you guys have a great day. Appreciate you guys' time. And I appreciate hi Kelly Keltra. So I have to go get ready for work. I have to go get ready for a meeting. I have to actually get out of the house today and go to a meeting and not work at home. So that means I have to get myself ready for the day. But you guys have a great day. I will see you guys in the chats. And when I'm free, I'll see you guys in the chats. And hit that like button on the way out. Share this out. Get on Twitter. Share this out. And subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye.